Come on in, y'all.
This is a News 1226 special report as the search continues for Javeayah Harris. All right, thank you guys for joining us here on WRDW Plus as we are continuing our coverage of Javeayah Harris and some of the bond hearings that her parents were a part of. If you're just now joining us or if you're just catching up, we know that Javeayah's mother actually was denied bond this morning to filing a false police report. Her father was also supposed to be at that bond hearing this morning at 10 o'clock, but that did not happen. They said he was not ready. We got an updated time from the sheriff's office for 12:30. They were trying to find a judge to get in here because in South Carolina you have to have a specific judge to handle cases specifically for homicide by child abuse charges. So they have found that judge. We know that our crews have been escorted back at this time.
What you doing?
We're a little delayed from the 12:30 time frame. So our crews are back in that courtroom right now.
What you doing, Lala?
We will get live updates as soon as we have them. We will share those when we learn what Javeayah's father's fate is with this bond hearing. So I don't know if they're going to bring the mother back in to address the homicide by child abuse charge because again, this morning the judge said that he did not have the authority to set bond for that charge, but because the filing of a false police report charge was connected to the homicide by child abuse charge.
We talking about everything today. We're talking about Javeayah Harris.
We're not sure if she is going to show
back
up
to the Carmelo Anthony
this afternoon, but again, we do have a crew
and
there,
we talking about
who just got escorted
the
back,
31-year-old black female in Florida
to this bond hearing. But
let me pause this. We talking about that 31-year-old black female in Florida. I done spent all day searching for this woman's name. I can't find her name. And on Google, they saying that her name is still unknown to the public. It haven't been made known to the public. It's unknown. They can't find her name. I mean, they don't know her name. I'm like, they doing it to push the narrative. The old white man that she killed, right, in self-defense. She killed him in self-defense. They posted his name. His name all over Google. Want you to see his Facebook page, how he was a veteran, the army pictures that he took with his like, you know, with his friends and shit in the army, like they was all in uniform and shit. Like they just pushing the narrative that he was a good guy and all of this. But, you know, shout out to Why I Killed You TV, Kelly over there. You know, we was in her live earlier, and she was talking about that situation, you know, looking up different views on that situation, and mostly everybody that she looked up was on the young black lady side. They said in the news that it was an argument over a parking spot, and it was still negative people in the comments. It was some people in the comments and they were saying like she should have just walked away. And from what I analyzed from the video at Walmart on Why I Killed You TV live was that she couldn't walk away. He came around the front of her car, the hood of her car, that white car, that Malibu or Impala, whatever it was a Chevy Malibu or Impala. They both look so much alike. That was her vehicle. And she was kind of behind the driver door at the rear door behind the driver door, and she couldn't open up her door because he was approaching. As soon as he started approaching, she started bagging up. She started bagging up. And they didn't have sound on the video until the gunshot. But when she was bagging up, you could tell that she was in fear for her life. She didn't know what the fuck this man was finna do. And like I said, the internet, even big mogul companies like Google, is pushing the narrative that her identity is still disclosed and we don't know her identity. The media can't find out her identity. I mean, you can't, since you don't know her identity and who she is, you can't find her social medias. But they got the identity of the white man that she killed in self-defense. They got his identity all through Google. Right? When you look up her name and Google tells you that her identity still is disclosed, like no one knows her identity yet, media hasn't got her identity. As soon as you start scrolling down, they give you the white man who's supposedly a military veteran. They give you his identity and his Facebook. But you looking up the black woman. She was at least 2 decades or 3 decades younger than him. He was an older guy, but like maybe 50s or 60s, but 50s and 60s, that's your younger days of your older days. You know, when you get in your 70s, 80s, and 90s, you start to move around a little slow if you're healthy. You could tell he was healthy. Right? And he was all gyrating in the video, walking up to her, and she was like bagging up like this at first, and then she drawed her weapon. She pointed her weapon down, like towards the lower parts of his body. And probably said, hey, please don't approach me anymore. Stay back or I'll shoot. He kept coming towards her. He didn't give no fuck about that gun. You know why? Because he's a veteran. He's trained in how to disable a person when he doesn't have a weapon and they do, before they take his life. If he would have got up a little closer on her and she wouldn't have never shot that motherfucking gun, he would have took it from her and damn near shot her. That's what he's trained to do. And we know the military and what our military in America have to endure with the people and the children that they have to kill in war for us to be the victors. We know that shit fuck up their heads. And because he was a military veteran, we know what she didn't know at first, but she knows now. And we know, because he was a military veteran, we don't know what could have been going on in his head. That was probably the time that he was finna tick and explode from all the experience he done went through in life, being in the military, active duty, having to kill, and all that shit he got to endure in his head that medication don't help with. So I feel for my black sister. Tell me this, how is it that they know that the black woman was 31, but they don't know her name? They're lying to us. They're lying to us. Why, thank you, Mob Ties 404. Said, boy, you sound like a police officer. I mean, that's what we do here. We analyze situations, murders, cases, self-defense, first degree. It doesn't matter. That's what we do. We analyze this shit. That's what detectives do. It's not one time that I haven't had to re-explain to anyone that's coming in and just becoming a part of the family that like the video and subscribe to the channel that I'm not the only analyst here. We got you all, the chat analysts, right? Y'all Blocstarr analysts too. Everybody here analyze the situation. That's what the comment section is for. So we can see your comments, we can see your answers, we can see your questions, we can see your statements, and we can respond. Yeah. And I'll read it out loud and let everybody know. Thank you, Lala. Lala said I'm right about that, how much danger she was in. Yeah. He's a veteran. That doesn't mean that he's been that doesn't mean that he's been retired for a long time, right? Because we have young soldiers that was in the military that may have got injured that have to retire early, and they receive disability and VA assistance in their veterans. And we have more than you know, and more than a lot of people know, that's around the ages, anywhere from the ages of 21 to 28. That's disabled now because they were in active duty. They seen a lot of shit. They killed a lot of shit, you know? They deal with a lot of shit in their head. So yeah, her fear was real. And like I tell people, I even tell my wife, she be like, I found your. I mean, like, go ahead. I won't hit you back. Because I got a thing that they call manpower. Manpower is not just a statement or two words that people just say. Manpower is real. It's the most strong, it's the most strength you've ever witnessed. Manpower, not just our physical strength, but our brain strength. When we put our brain to something, black, white, Chinese, whatever, man-made the motherfucking Taj Mahal. Shout out to Donald Trump for the Taj Mahal. A lot of people don't know you built the Taj Mahal, but shout out to you for that. Manpower is shit. Let's say the Trump Tower. Manpower is the Madison Square Garden. Manpower is Wall Street. All these big ass buildings. Men did that. Not saying that women didn't have anything to do with it, because the woman was most likely sitting behind the desk. I know there's plenty of women sitting behind the desk, signing them documents, signing them paperwork for those deals to go through. So shout out to the women that had a part in that. But manpower, physical shit. We built railroads. Men did that. We built airplanes. It was a long time before women had equal rights, and we had all this shit already built, and a woman couldn't really work a job unless it was something like a convenience store or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, manpower, that shit is real. So I tell her, I say, you can't really beat me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I wouldn't touch you because I could really harm you. Like, for instance, Javeayah Harris situation. We don't know the whole situation. She's 4 years old. She got killed by both of her parents. Child abuse, right? We don't know her whole story, but what I believe happened is the dad, he drinks a lot, right? He was talking about going to the store getting beers, Mad Dog 2020s. He drinking, but he not drinking good shit. He drinking cheap shit, malt liquor shit that have you delusional and angry when you're on it, right? He was already abusive, I believe, to the mother, and then he started abusing their daughter. But the mother allowed it to go on to the point where he killed their daughter. Made the mother go with him and get rid of the body and said, bitch, you better not tell nobody or I kill you. And she agreed and she went along with it. But when he took that interview with WRDW, News 1226, right? When he took that interview, the police saw holes in his story and shit that he shouldn't have even been talking about, that he was talking about, right? Shit that he shouldn't even have to explain if he wasn't guilty. But he was trying to explain it, right? And then they started investigating him and the mother. Pinged their cell phones, found out they was in the area that they wasn't supposed to be in, or that they, like, civilization isn't in that area. So, like, it's woods and lakes and shit. Like, civilization ain't in the area. So civilization ain't in the area. So what you doing over there? Where is your cell phone pinging over there? And I believe they questioned the mother and the father, and the mother broke, and she told everything. Yeah, she told everything. And even though she might have said, yeah, he beat her, and I couldn't wake her up and she died. And even though she said that, and I was scared because he said he'll kill me and he made me go. Even though she said that, you still guilty of murder in the first degree of your daughter. You went for a month without letting anyone know, contacting law enforcement, letting them know that she was dead. And then after a month, you and him make up a story, and he leaves the house and goes to the store. Like, you and her been outside the whole time when he left to go to the store, buying candy and everything, because he know when he get back, it's gonna be a big police presence. And he's saying in the interview, I knew my wife was pregnant and she was probably having a baby, and I saw a big police presence, so I rushed down to the house. He's not crying though. He don't seem any kind of emotional. And if you listening to that and you're a detective, you seen a big police presence and you knew your wife was pregnant, so you rushed down to the house thinking that she was having a baby. Why would it be a big police presence if she's having a baby? So they like, yeah, this motherfucker is lying. Let's investigate him and the girl. Right then he said he got down there and she said, Javeayah's missing, and she was crying. My girl said Javeayah was missing and she was crying. But he don't bust out crying or nothing. See, when you just lost a 4-year-old daughter or son, and you don't know where they are, and you're scared because you know they can't protect themselves, and they might be in a dangerous situation and already being abused or hurt, some shit you never wanted them to have to experience, some shit that they shouldn't have to experience because they got parents that's supposed to protect them. Right? Even if so, and you recalling that in an interview, you're going to bust out the crime. That's your baby. You had nothing to do with her murder. You don't know who got her. You don't know if she's murdered or not. You're going to bust out the crying. And the man didn't cry not one time in the interview. But he stuttered a lot. And 2 times in the interview, he kind of said, that's because it was over the phone. You couldn't see him. And the shit sounded fake. And the host on WRDW, he was just like, man, take your time. He wasn't believing shit that guy was saying. He was like, take your time, man. What's up, Tyreek? What's up, Mangus? Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, man, and like the video. We're finna get back into this sound clip.
I know a lot of people have been asking if Javeayah's body has been found at this time. We do
Her
not have
body has
confirmation
not
of
been
that.
found.
We know that search crews are still out there looking. That's the information we were last given. We know that they were in the area of Great Falls, South Carolina, which is in Chester County, and that's where crews were looking. We know that SLED had their helicopter up yesterday. It took off from Columbia at around noontime, did a couple circles in the Great Falls area around water and bodies of water and along the shoreline too of a river or creek over there. So that was the last information we had. We know that there was a mobile command center from the Fairfield County Sheriff's Office as well as DNR and deputies out there
Nah, I
searching.
didn't see that video,
It was closed
man.
to the public as well. So again, if you're just now joining us, Javeayah's father is now in the courtroom learning his fate with the bond hearing. So we'll see what the judge has to say related to that. They had to get a special judge, a circuit court judge, to address this homicide.
Y'all make sure y'all like the
charge
video,
because,
subscribe to the channel.
Under state law, when there's an offender who is facing a charge that has to do with life in prison or a very serious crime like this, then you have to have a specific judge to address that. And the judge this morning didn't have the authority to address that. Plus, the father said he was not for his bond hearing. So I think while we're waiting for information on that bond hearing, to catch everyone up to speed, let's play a good. Okay, we'll pull it up here in a second.
Okay, this mother's bond here. Finna hear what the judge had to say. Y'all come on in, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Alright.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and we have the mother's bond hearing from this morning. We'll play that.
Here you go right here, y'all. How you doing, Susan? What's up, your boy? What's up, Jewel? Thank you, Susan. Shout out to Susan. She just liked and subscribed to the channel. Nah, I'm not Jamaican. I'm American. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. That's where we at right now, Memphis, Tennessee.
My name is Judge Thornton. Today's date is 5th, 2026, and you are in bond court. When bond is set, and if you can meet the requirements, you will be released from this facility. However, being released on bond will have no effect.
Yeah, he ain't gonna give it to her.
Charges on your day in court. Your release may necessitate contact
You good, Jewel.
for assistance. There is a list of local bonding company names and phone numbers in the back to help. You have the right to a jury trial. You also have the right and an obligation to attend all court proceedings. If you choose not to attend, you may be tried in your absence. Bench warrant may be issued for your arrest. And you could face additional.
Alejandro, I'm not from Brooklyn. I'm from Memphis. Thank you, Susan. Shout out to Susan. She likes my hat. Of course. Yeah, good beer. Good American beer.
Or you can get your own attorney. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, the court may appoint an attorney to represent you. We will start the qualification process today, but it is up to you to follow up.
Yes, sir, Memphis.
For charges that will be heard in General Sessions Court, you contact the Public Defender's Office to complete the application process. Court dates, times, and locations will be included in the paperwork that I'm about to give you, so don't try to keep up with anything in your head.
Yes,
For
sir.
charges that will be heard in General
America.
Sessions Court, you have the right to a preliminary hearing. A preliminary hearing does not determine if you are guilty or not guilty. It simply confirms that probable cause exists to move forward to trial with the charges that you face. If you want a preliminary hearing, you need to submit the form and I will give you within 10 days, and that 10 days starts today. You will get a copy
Y'all
of
make sure
everything
y'all
you
like the
sign.
video, subscribe to the
Understand that
channel.
by signing, know that it is not an admission of guilt or anything other than a receipt of the documents as part of this voluntary process. Please follow the deputy's guidance and sign and initial everywhere that is highlighted in yellow. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Your next collection. No inventory, no risk, just drops.
You really want to take your brain off the ground the fastest way possible. So let me just show you real quick.
Ms. Herring, you've been charged with homicide by child abuse. Understand that charge?
Yes, sir.
You understand that if convicted, it carries up.
Shout out to Javeayah in Colombia.
You understand that? You've also been charged with filing a false police report of a felony violation. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
It carries up to 5 years in prison or a $5,000 fine. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's crazy, man.
Do you want to see if you qualify for a court-appointed attorney, or are you going to retain the services?
I can't believe they killed that
You
dog.
retain the services of your own legal counsel.
I can get public assistance.
Okay. So answer a couple of questions for me. Are you employed?
Yes, sir.
She's not employed. Why they lying? She in jail. She can't be employed.
Trans
After the job that her, what she done did to her daughter, they gonna fire her immediately. They probably been calling her phone, but her phone off. Cause she in jail. Come on, man.
Household with you.
What you said.
Yes, sir. The father.
Glad to meet you too, Jude.
Yes, sir.
Does he intend to contribute to the financial status of the home?
He work at DSC.
Sir boy, Lala just told you.
This time,
Thank you, Lala.
you make too much money.
Y'all subscribe to the channel, like the video.
So you're going to need to retain the services of legal counsel on your own.
Yeah, she gotta get her own
You
lawyer. The
also,
state not gonna give her
first
one.
Court appearance set up for September 18th of this year, counting in the main courtroom at the Aiken County Judicial Center, 109 Park Avenue Southeast in Aiken. If you're able to bond out.
Yeah, smoking is bad until it's good.
For this first appearance. If you have not bonded out on these charges,
Now I'm a rapper,
the
Alejandro.
sheriff's office will transport you to the courtroom.
What it do, Tyler Bob?
Does victim services have anything they'd like to add to your record this morning?
Yes, we asked.
Bad till it's good.
DSS requirements.
All right. Very good. Is there anyone from law enforcement that is here to put anything on the record?
Well, that was kind of auto-tune, you know what I'm saying?
All right. Ms. Harry, with regards to
I used to sing when I was young, but I'm a rapper, man. I rap.
Harry's
I just know melodies and shit.
based on the severity of the charge,
Nah, I don't know that rapper. Gabe,
penalty that it
Nah, I
carries,
don't know him.
I do not have the authority to
All right, so this was the bond hearing earlier this morning.
Yeah, I got a
for
turtle.
Shyla Herring, who is the
I
mother
got a
of
couple of
Javeayah Harris.
Oscars,
She
a
was
red
denied
devil,
bond for filing that
and a
false
couple of
police report.
snakes,
And you heard
all
the
of them
judge
in the
talk about
aquarium.
this a little bit. He said he did not have the authority to set bond related to the homicide by child abuse charge. So
They
we
real
did just get a
dreads.
live update from Sydney
Some are
Hood,
real
our
hair.
reporter there in the courtroom now, who said that Harris, the father, just walked into the courtroom now. So this bond hearing
Thank you,
for the
Susan.
father is actively happening. So any updates that she provides, I will bring them live to you right here as we get them. So stick with us as we work to get this information out to you guys. They had to go get a special judge, a circuit court judge, to deal with this because violent crimes require in South Carolina that a specific judge, a circuit court judge, needs to set bond, and homicide by child abuse is one of those charges. They are the ones who have the bond setting authority exclusively for charges like this. But again, you're seeing this footage from earlier this morning for the mother. This was her bond hearing. It's unclear if she's going to show back up to bond court this morning to address the homicide by child abuse charge, but she will have that arraignment, that first appearance on September 18th
She
at
need
9
that
a.m. That's when
motherfucker.
she will enter into a plea of guilty or not guilty at that time. So
She
a little
better
more than
tell
a
the
month away
truth.
before we learn what her plea will end up being. She was in court today by herself, no family, no attorney there. You heard the judge, she does not qualify for a public defender, so she will have to go and retain counsel on her own because
Nah,
she
I
didn't
don't know,
qualify
Dixon.
for public defender status. And
I'm doing good,
you
Susan.
heard that she will have to be, she will adhere to DSS requirements. So Department of Social Services
Right.
of
They
the
don't want
state
us to
is
support
involved at
us
this time.
at all.
I know that a lot of people have asked about the baby that she gave birth to when she called 911 and said Javeayah was missing. We know that she did have a child in the hospital, and that child is with other family at this time. So that's what we know about the situation. Javeayah's body
For
has
sure,
still
for
not
sure,
been recovered
Susan.
as far as we know. That's the last information we have from the sheriff's office. And we know that they were searching up in Great Falls, South Carolina. That's in Chester County. Your Meredith Anderson was up there yesterday and got plenty of photos and videos. And Javeayah's family actually showed up to the scene, and some of them telling us that they learned about most of this, or that she was deceased because of Facebook posts, which is heartbreaking to hear. So that's the newest update today in the search. For those of you joining us outside the area, this is in Aiken County, South Carolina,
That's crazy.
right next to Augusta, Georgia. And we are waiting for more information related to the bond hearing for...
I dare you to let me build you a completely free e-commerce store preloaded with...
I don't want this store.
the father of Javeayah Harris. He is in court right now, and he walked in about 5
What's up,
minutes
what's
ago.
up,
So that
Lisa?
is going on right now. We should know shortly and get some updates here in the next minute or so. We do have a reporter in that courtroom, so I'm looking at some of y'all's questions too. And
Oh,
I'll
no,
try to
I
answer
never
them the
tried
best we
that.
can. And this is some of the video on your
I
screen.
never tried
You
the
can see
Canadian giant.
before that picture of the Great Falls area where they're doing that search. We were able to find this out. Meredith looked it up yesterday on a website called FlightAware. It's a public website that you can actually track tail numbers, and there's the flight path from SLED's helicopter that took off yesterday at around noon from Columbia. You can actually track this yourself. It's public record, a public website, if you know the tail number. So we were able to look that up online and saw that SLED's helicopter went up there and searched for about 20
Skunk
minutes or
piss.
so, and you can see their path and how they were circling around the
Turtle
pond
named
and the water
Shellyana.
that was in that area, and some of the banks of it too. So we didn't know why they were up there. They could have been up there for a variety of reasons. Hearing that you just saw for the mother was not live. We fed
My
that
shit
back
fucking
and
up.
then
Sorry,
re-aired
y'all.
it. So that wasn't live. We're not allowed to live stream some of these hearings, so we'll have to wait. We'll have to wait until it's over. Okay, here we go. I've got some information. Okay, for bond court with the dad, I'm going to read over this real quick to make sure I have it
Sorry.
straight.
Yep, you already know it, Susan. Got a call and my shit fucked up. some information from the dad.
Qualified for a court-appointed attorney. He struggled and then asked the judge to repeat the question. So the judge said, "Well, if you qualify for an attorney," he said he was employed by DHL Ridgestone, gets paid weekly, doesn't know how much, and said when asked if there were any others in the household, he said, "My girlfriend," and then in a softer tone said, "My child." He's not qualified for a court-appointed attorney, so he will have to find counsel on his own. The judge said the circuit court judge will handle bond, but the judge said today that bond is being denied and being transferred to a circuit court judge. So there's more to all of this. It will be back in court. It's unknown when that will be. So we're going to have to figure that out. Again, we know that Michaela Herring's first appearance will be on September 18th at 9 a.m., where she'll enter into a plea.
Yeah.
So we're going to work on getting some of that video back. They've got to get out of the courtroom and get some more information. Then they'll feed that back to us, and then we will get that on this stream as soon as we can, so you guys can get your first look and first video look at him and hear what he had to say and hear what the judge had to say in court as well. All right, again, the father's bond was just denied. Let me see, there's more information here. I'm trying to catch up. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so the circuit court bond...
Alright, this to that.
Okay, here we've got some video for you guys.
Retarded.
This just happened, so we're feeding this back here as quickly as we can. I mean, this just happened, so you guys are getting your first look at me. I'm also seeing this for the first time with you guys.
Mr. Harris, today is Sunday, July 5th, 2026.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Judge Thornton, you're in bond.
Anytime a job got a union, you protect it.
When bond is set, and if you can meet the requirements of the bond, you will be released from this facility. However, being released on bond will have no effect on your charges or your day in court. You've been charged with homicide by child abuse, which carries a prison sentence if convicted of 20 years to life. You understand that? You have the right to a jury trial. You also have the right and obligation to attend all court proceedings.
My biggest business mistake, 10 apps.
That nigga ain't getting out.
Now it's just connecting. Everything's in one place. It features
I mean, he
live
might
schedule.
as well just call it a day. He know he ain't
You have
never
the right to
getting
represent
out.
yourself and get your own attorney. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, the court may appoint an attorney to represent you.
Him and the mother should receive the death penalty though.
Today, but it's up to you to follow up. Your case is going to be heard in General Sessions Court. So after today's preliminary application, you will be given an opportunity to
That's crazy.
use the public defender's office to confirm.
That's what's up all the way in Cali.
Court dates, times, and locations of all future court dates and proceedings will be included in the paperwork that was given today. Charges that will be heard in General Sessions Court, you also have a right to a preliminary hearing. Preliminary hearing does not determine if you are guilty or not guilty. It simply confirms that there's probable cause sufficient to move forward to trial with the charges that you face. Understanding all this and the charges and the penalties that you face, you want to see if you qualify.
Y'all come on in, like the video, subscribe to the channel.
Contesting these charges are retained.
How you doing, Sofa King? This nigga sound retarded. He ain't even saying nothing. I just
let's just see if you qualify. So a court-appointed attorney. Are you employed anywhere? Where do you work? Say that again for me.
He's saying he employed too. Nigga, you're locked up. You can't be employed.
And do you get paid weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly? Weekly. And what do you
That's crazy.
bring home every week?
It was my first chick I had seen.
So you don't know.
Two big dogs or small dogs, Susan?
All right, besides you, how many else live in the household with you?
Nigga, you can't sound pitiful.
Okay, does she contribute to the financial status of the house as well?
This nigga trying to sound pitiful.
You also have a first initial court appearance date set up for September 18th of this year at 9 a.m. in the main courtroom.
Okay, some little bitty babies.
109 Park Avenue, Southeast in Dayton. Once again, we'll try to keep up with all these numbers and dates and again, it'll be a part of the paperwork. Remember that you also have the right to request a preliminary hearing. Paperwork and approve as well. You've got 10 days to submit that paperwork, and your 10 days starts today. Now, with regards to the charge, bond, you're here to have a bond set, but this court does not have the authority or the jurisdiction to set bonds for a sentence of the crime that could put you life in prison. So today's bond is being denied. It's also being transferred to the circuit court, where the circuit court judge will hear this case within the next 30 days. And the circuit court judge will set the bond for the charge. But for now, there is no bond.
So it's looking like these folks, both of them got no bond. They got to see a circuit judge because of the charge they got, first degree murder by child abuse. But for their smaller charge, making a false police report, this judge, he can deny a bond for that, so he denying a bond for that, and he's sending it to the circuit court judge in hopes that the circuit court judge would deny their bond too for the actual murder charge. Because if they can bond out on that, you know what I'm saying, they can bond out on the smaller charge. Basically, they can get out on the smaller charge. So he hoping he don't do that. He gonna send the paperwork and everything that he denied they bond. TJ, you foolish. TJ foolish, y'all.
I do not qualify you at this point for a court-appointed attorney. So it would be my advice to you to seek legal counsel
Yep. So both of their ass got their bonds denied. The mother and the father of 4-year-old Javeayah Harris. This next genre I'm gonna play is from her CandleLight visual.
I just want to budget in that.
What?
How?
Phase 44. Look, it pulls all our expenses into one place and breaks down spending by team.
Interesting. Can it generate reports?
It can now.
Nice. That's actually pretty good.
Big show up. A lot of people. Damn, y'all. Look, y'all, I gotta go. My wife need me. Look, man, y'all know what this is. This is Blocstarr Imis Analytics. Y'all know what we are. We are Blocstarr Analysts. And what do? We analyze the fuck out of some shit. I love y'all, chat. I thank y'all, chat. I gotta go help out my wife right quick. We'll go live early tomorrow. Thank y'all. Man, listen, you've been chilling with yours truly. It's Blocstarr Imis, all the way from Memphis. Don't you forget me.